One Piece chapter 1109 titled Termination. And oh my goodness, we're about to get into some real deep shit here, guys. And I mean real deep. So, chapter already starts off where Vegapunk tells or broadcasts his little video. Stella, is this wise? A message to the world. And what I mean by a message to the world, everybody is intercepting everybody's transponders now. So we'll see how this is going to play out. Even if you set this broadcast to start suddenly not work. What do you mean, Shaka? So if you're confused of what's going on, Vegapunk, as I said last chapter, took 2 hits to the chest behind. So he's got stabbed by Saturn's leg, one of Saturn's legs. Wasn't coated with poison, mind you. And got shot by a laser by Kizaru behind the back. So he's probably dead at the, well, pretty much dead. So this may confirm what I just said last chapter. Anyways, we're counting too much on people being ready to receive and relay this. You know how it is with information. Agencies always spread the news all around the world by the next day, which is true. You think so? But what if someone intercepts or censors our message? You're right. Any suggestions? By the way, everybody's wondering how the Marines are even confused to say, shut it off, but they can't. Hence, they have more time. This is way back then, by the way. So Vegapunk had this on standby recording. So, Vegapunk played it smart this time. I mean, he knew this was a kill switch. Just in case Vegapunk bit the bullet. Which he did bit the bullet this chapter, or last chapter. When Kizaru shot him in the back with the laser. Yeah. Where is this broadcast coming from? It's coming from every ship's transponder snail. We could piggyback off of the Navy's comm traffic. Cut the connection. That's the thing. We can't, sir. That would allow us to force a worldwide constant broadcast with our signal strengthening at maximum. So the Marines already try to do this. Try to cut the communication off, which they can't. Which I said earlier. Vegapunk had time to adjust the broadcast, make a few adjustments to it, so the Marines or anybody else that's skilled at communication or technology stuff won't be able to intercept it or cut it off. So big brain move, hence his smartness. Anyways, I see that will make it possible for anyone with a transponder snail to receive our initial voice message. But they'll still need a while to prepare their visual transponder snail. The time to set that up will vary from place to place. Luffy, dumbfounded, said, let's take an interval of 1 hour. Saint Saturn speaks up in his mind, is thinking,
what are you planning to say, Vegapunk?
And you already know, he's gonna spill the beans. I mean, he already had all of this planned out premature. So, the kill switch, you coming to that island, he was ready for that. He was so ready for that. Way planned. Anyways, others hear this. That's Vegapunk, right? An hour? That's too long. Don't you realize what will happen in that time? Check this out though. Where is it coming from? Why now? And you just see the other sidelines ain't saying nothing because they were with Vegapunk at the time. Anyways, there are people who won't be pleased when we start this broadcast. The Goras say, and the government, by the way, wants to keep all what Vegapunk has to say hush hush. And he's smart. And he knows about the voice entry. So, here we go. Start this broadcast. They may find a way to terminate it before we finish. Fair point. In that case, let's set the preparation interval to, and you just see the Giants and Marines are still fighting. Vegapunk says 10 minutes. Sanji speaks of Vegapunk. That's your voice, right? Hey, people of the world. Saint Saturn just sees a shock. Now, back to the land of Merijual. The land of Merijual. What is this transmission? What is the meaning of this? Saturn, have you dealt with Vegapunk? Obviously not.
Kizaru delivered a killing blow. I saw it myself.
He should be dead. Could he have set up a dead man switch? If you don't know what a dead man switch is, well, that's Vegapunk. So that's a condition where, let's say you set a bomb or set yourself as a bomb, and the only way to trigger that bomb or trigger something is the death of a body of yourself. So that's what they're saying. This message would play upon the death of his main body. That seems like we have no way of knowing what he will say. Oh, y'all definitely know what he's going to say. Come on now. I mean, y'all was keeping all this hush-hush secrecy up to now about the voice entry, but once he spills it, it's a wrap. If we can just pinpoint the source of this broadcast, the only location that seems possible is the Labo Stratum on Egghead, but it's currently protected by that barrier of his. Cutting back to the broadcast, what should we do for the remaining 9.5 minutes? We could get in inventing. There's so much to do. How about some coffee? It cuts back to the other parts of the world. Pay attention, because different people are having different reactions to this. Dressrosa, New World. Did you hear that? This is Dr. Vegapunk we're talking about. If he's trying to tell the entire world something, it must be a big deal. Go get a visual transponder snail out here. Put it up a screen. Hurry, we have only 10 minutes. Cut him to the Coliseum. The wise man, Luffy land kidnapped. What's happening? Don't tell me you guys trusted another bad article about Lucy. Goes back to transmission broadcast. I could also calculate the probability of interference happening. We've got the video ready. Is that Vegapunk? Fuchsia Village, East Blue. What's this all about? I thought it was just gonna be more news about bad-mouthing Luffy. A visual transponder snail. If only the village had one. How about it, Mayor? Oh, a visual transponder snail. If only the village had one. How about it, Mayor? Who's gonna pay for that? Woodman slap. Raising it wouldn't be free, you know. Isn't having audio enough? Ugh. Mayor would slap. Oh, I see. Water 7, Grand Line. Wake up. This can't be good. You just see Iceberg getting up and concerned. Prepare to screen the message. Yes, Mr. President, it's already playing in the room next door. Screens for each dock are also being prepared. It's nighttime, but considering the importance of this event, a summons has been issued notifying all citizens to be at the screen within 10 minutes. Is there anything else? By the way, Iceberg knew full well what's going on. Hopefully. It's nighttime. I think it's daytime in Fuchsia Village, nighttime at Water 7. I don't know how that works. How does that work? But anyways, the World Economic Journal. What's with this feed? It's being relayed through Navy frequencies, but it's unencrypted. Where are Luffy, Son, and the others? Don't be a ditz. Look at the clock in the background. This isn't current time at Egghead, which I said before. This was pre-recorded. So Vegapunk had this planned out before all of this was happening. So dead man switch way before this. So here we go. This must be in pre-recording. After all, the Buster Call is bound to have reduced the island to a sea of flames by now. Here we go. West Blue. It's Dr. Vegapunk in the flesh. I heard his mind was cut above the rest, but this isn't what I expected. North Blue. The man who lit up the world. South Blue. It's going through all this trouble. What does he want the world to know? It might be the invention of the century or something. Carabaka Kingdom. Pay attention to this one. It'll take 10 minutes to brew the coffee. I won't get a sip in. I see the probability of interference in this time frame is extremely low. What is Vegapunk up to now? More importantly, has he lost his head? So that's the others, Koala and the rest of the revolutionaries. So that's Dr. Vegapunk everyone's always talking about. He's quite the man to do this in the middle of a crisis. Pay attention what Vegapunk, what Dragon remembers about Vegapunk. Word for they cut off communication. I think I'll be dead soon. The look on Dragon's face as he remembers that talk with him is super serious, super silent, and he's thinking back I bet you he's thinking, shit, maybe I should have just went a beeline, checked on him. Anyways, back on Egghead. Looks like my punches don't damage you. And you just see Saturn and Kizaru shoot Luffy, Conqueror's Hockey in his direction. I think that's what we both do. And Luffy says, I'm not letting you two run off. Not till I'm sure my friends have escaped. Gum gum, booming dawn, symbol, and just collapse the two together and then use them as pieces and shit. Which I was like, Jesus Christ, the disrespect. I mean, goodness gracious, Kizaru is really getting whooped upon. I mean, in these last past chapters. I mean, goodness gracious, man, he's just getting treated like a play toy at this point. Since you keep getting better no matter what, I'll send you flying for good. And Luffy just tosses both of them through something, and one of the Marines looks at that and says, well, shit. And the one back him said, well, shit. And I think it was Kizaru that landed on the Marine ship. And then Luffy continues to laugh. And then, however, Saint Saturn, taking control of that, how Luffy threw him, comes back. And Luffy says, huh? What's it gonna take to keep you down? Back on the where Kizaru landed, Kizaru-san, what in the world happened? Are you alright? Admiral, I will just tell you, Kizaru is reflecting. I mean, this man has done the unthinkable. He done something that's irreversible. I mean, like I said in like 5 chapters ago, Kizaru had enough time to change. He had enough time to consider his options, flip the script on the Gorosei on Saint Saturn. I don't know, my man is just really reflecting on his past. There is no time. Saturn. We cannot allow Vegapunk to speak freely. Whoa, that was close. There it is. This is our ship. I hope Vegapunk and the others are alright. No, Vegapunk is not alright. Damn giant, he's dead. At least I hope not. Saint Sarah speaks up.
I shall perform the summoning.
Very well. What the black lightning? And you just see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 circles, so many circles, black flames coming out from the ground. What's going on? Sanji sees this. The hell is, it's just like when that spider geezer appeared. So my final thoughts of this chapter. The planets are aligning, by the way. Break next week. So my initial thought on this chapter, interesting. First and furthermost, this broadcast is broadcasting, or this video is broadcasting that Vegapunk is doing is around the world, right? So does that mean everybody see it besides the islands that Oda is giving us right now? So wouldn't that mean we're also gonna get Sky Island? Will Sky Islands will have that broadcast anytime soon? I mean, I don't know if they got transponder snails up there, but I assume that they will have transponder snails up there too, and that will also affect them also. Another thing, Dead Man Switch. So Vegapunk, like I said, has planned this accordingly before all of this. So he must have took the initiative when after what was it? After Kuma's last right as a human being has been taken away. So he probably just thought, okay, you know what? By the time I right my wrong, in time for my ultimate sacrifice, or my last rites of to right my wrong, is by time tell the world of the scumbags of the government and the Gorosei truly are, what the true history of the voice center. By the time I reveal everything. Now that could be interpreted as, oh, Vegapunk is going to reveal everything to everybody. The voice entry, everything, the government, what the government really is, the dark side to the government and Marine. No, probably so. Yes, but no. As for the summoning, what the Saint Saturn going to do, Luffy's going to need some help. Yeah, from Sanji and Zoro. And from the Giants. Because Luffy can't take on 5 Gorosei all at once. He can't. That's impossible. Even if he has Gear 5th and learned it, there has to be a set time limit. I think Luffy is how can I say this? He's better, I guess. Same thing with Gear 5th. Better gaining more control of his power. The more he uses it, the more time limit he can use it on, just like Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. But it's morely, I think that form is more mostly Gear 2nd. That has a time limit. So I don't know how that would affect Luffy though, but he can't take, and that's another thing. We know what Saturn's abilities are when he's like very angry and goes 100%, but we don't know about the rest of them. I mean, we got like silhouettes of them back in Marine's Wall when Sabo got attacked. We don't know that. So whatever attacked Sabo and hurt him like hell, we don't know. That's probably one of Gorset. Another thing, I've seen people, their Aim is probably going to be summoned too, which I hardly doubt it. No, they're not going to put Aim out there, out in the world to see. Hell no. If that ever happens, we don't know what's going to happen to this island. But the 5 Gorosei are making landfall. So this is pretty much a order to like not just vice admirals, but to all Marines to evacuate the premises immediately. Evacuate the egghead immediately. Because what's going to happen is the 5 Goroseis versus Luffy's crew. Whoever's going to help Luffy is going to be at the mercy of the 5 Goroseis. Now you might be saying, oh, why you see their Straw Hats is going to make it out of the, yeah, but Vegapunk was the first one to go down. So if it's gonna take one person to take down a Gorosei, oh goodness. Even if you factor in the giants coming along, I think the probability of when the giants came or didn't come was like 50. But when the giants came, that probability rose up to like 100. But when Saturn is about to summon the rest of the elders, that probability kind of dropped from 100 to kind of like 50 or 40% of their like escaping route, because you don't know we don't know none of them or none of these elders or what they can do. We don't know none of their forms. Some people might have speculate what their forms are, but we don't know jack shit about their abilities or what they can do. Saint Saturn, we got some what he can do, but we don't know a darn tootin' what the other elders can do. But if you like this video, this chapter, or One Piece, by the way, because this is getting extremely, and I mean extremely out of hand in this chapter. The probability of Straw Hats escaping has now dwindled into like the 40%. Probably lower depending on the powers of the whole 5 elders. Anyway, if you like this video, subscribe and like that button and hit that notification to keep up for one of my videos coming out. Also, I'm making a Death Note series, by the way, of anime characters. What if one of the anime characters have a Death Note? Well, they gonna use it. And I'm gonna be breaking it down for all, but look forward to that. See you then, and see you next adventure.